In this video, I'm going to talk about if President Donald J. Trump going to prohibit dual citizenship. Is he going to end dual citizenship?
There are videos circulating that the changes will take effect in October of 2025, and this video from the Money Professor talked about this major change in dual citizenship rules. There is actually no official government policy changing the dual citizenship rules. However, there is now a new 2025 civics test for those who are going to apply for U.S. citizenship or who are going to file for U.S. naturalization. In the 2025 naturalization civics test, effective October 20, there is a question regarding promises that new U.S. citizens make in the oath of allegiance: give up loyalty to other countries, defend the U.S. Constitution, obey the laws of the U.S., serve in the military, serve and be loyal to the U.S. Because of the changes to U.S. naturalization application, USCIS is unveiling a multi-step overhaul of American citizenship standards. There are no more questions to the 2025 naturalization civics test, and it expanded more questions for U.S. history and U.S. government. According to the USCIS, American citizenship is the most sacred citizenship in the world and should only be reserved for aliens who will fully embrace our values and principles as a nation. Currently, in the U.S., there are 7 million Americans who hold dual citizenship. Let's talk about the concept of dual citizenship, also known as dual nationality. It means a person is a citizen of two countries at once. It can occur through birth, marriage, or naturalization. For example, a child born in the U.S. to foreign parents may be a U.S. citizen and a citizen of their parents' country. Can a U.S. citizen have dual citizenship? The answer is yes. U.S. law simply acknowledges the possibility of holding dual nationality and does not require citizens to choose or renounce their other citizenships, though the foreign country's laws may require renunciation. Is Trump going to end dual citizenship? So let's look at the facts. There was allegedly a post from his account stating that I am ending dual citizenship under the Espionage Act, and all these traitors will be denaturalized and deported to the country they came from. No exceptions. America is for Americans, not all these foreigners who hate our great country and don't even pay taxes. I'm not sure if he really posted this account, but it was confirmed that this is a fake post of him. So it's not true that he is going to end dual citizenship. Just a quick update, there is an introduction to the Dual Loyalty Disclosure Act, and it was proposed in the House of Representatives in April of 2025, and it aims to increase transparency regarding federal candidates' citizenship statuses. So the Dual Loyalty Disclosure Act seeks to amend the federal election campaign to require candidates for federal office to disclose any dual citizenships in their statements of candidacy, and this will inform voters of all countries where a candidate holds dual citizenship. It was introduced by Representative Thomas Massey of Kentucky. The proponents of the bill believe that dual citizens should not serve in Congress and they should disclose their citizenship and also to abstain from voting where the countries could benefit.
Actually, an update from a government website providing clarification on dual citizenship or having dual nationality.
So I checked the USA.gov website, and there was an update on November 13 of 2024. So the final verdict is that USA does not prohibit dual citizenship.
There are important things to remember if you are a dual citizen, either by having naturalization or being born as an American and acquiring another citizenship. First, you owe allegiance to the U.S. and your foreign country.
This means that you are legally obligated to follow the laws of both nations.
Second, let's talk about your US passport. You must use your US passport when leaving or entering the US.
As a dual citizen, you are required to enter and leave the United States using your valid US passport. However, when traveling to a country where you hold the other nationality, you may need to use the passport from that country or show an ID from that country. It is illegal for US citizens to enter or leave the US with a non-US passport, but there is no penalty for violating the law.
Of course, you must also comply with your foreign country in terms of using your foreign passport when entering your foreign country.
Also, as a dual citizen, you do not have to choose one nationality over the other.
Of course, you must abide by the laws of both countries when using a US passport and a foreign passport.
Also, as a US citizen, you may naturalize in another country without risking your US citizenship.
Another important principle about dual citizenship is that you do not have to choose one nationality over the other. As a US citizen, you may acquire a foreign citizenship without risking your US citizenship.
However, under Philippine laws, if you acquired US naturalization, you are effectively renouncing Filipino citizenship. You can obtain dual nationality by automatic operation of different laws rather than by choice. For example, a child born in a foreign country to US national parents may be both a US national and a national of the country of birth. Or an individual having one nationality at birth may naturalize at a later date in another country and become a dual national. Also, US law does not impede its citizens' acquisition of foreign citizenship, whether by birth, descent, naturalization, or other form of acquisition, by imposing requirements of permission from US courts or any governmental agency. For the possibility of double taxation, there are two questions that must be asked. First, where did you earn your income? And second, where are you currently living? As a general rule, you may be required to pay taxes in both countries, regardless of where you live and work if you are a dual citizen, but there are exceptions. Please remember that if you are a dual citizen, you must always file a federal income tax return regardless of your residence, whether you live in the US or abroad. For example, you are a US citizen, and if you live in the Philippines, you must still file a US federal income tax return. This is the exception. If you are a dual citizen of US and the Philippines, there is a tax treaty between the two countries. It was signed on October 1st of 1976. So what does it mean to have a tax treaty? So here is the explanation. This tax treaty can eliminate tax liability to avoid double taxation. Let's say you are a US citizen and also a Philippine citizen, but you live in the US. You are earning income in the US. The question is, do you have to file an income tax return in the US and the Philippines or only in the US? The answer is you don't have to file an income tax return in the Philippines, but only in the US file a US income tax return. So this treaty between the US and the Philippines serves as an agreement between the two countries to determine taxation of income from both countries and the legal right to tax according to their respective laws. So there are a lot of topics in this treaty, including the avoidance of double taxation, residency requirement, and the taxation of various forms of income. For example, if you own a business and you have a business profit, and also dividends, interest, pensions, and capital gains. So if you have income from both countries, and if you own businesses in both countries or in one country as well, you must understand the significance or the key aspects of the tax treaty. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel. And if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell.
I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.